My name is Jim, and I'm an entrepreneur. Thank you. Unfortunately, there is no recovery for this condition. I have been working with entrepreneurs for more than 30 years, and in trying to think of the best story, I had to find one that I could share with a mixed audience and where the statute of limitations has passed. And fortunately, I have one. A late, wonderful colleague of mine, also named Jim, had an adhesives company back in the 1980s. Now, in those days, there was a huge industry of paintbrush and paint roller manufacturing in the United States, something that's totally gone now. It's all manufactured in Asia. And he came up with the brilliant idea that for very little money, he could manufacture adhesives and undersell competition, which was great, especially if he didn't have a lot of capital to begin with. So as he told me, he would go down to Brownsville, Texas, and get the cheapest, most volatile junk he could find and bring it back and formulate it and be able to sell it. And as he put it, he said, I crossed my fingers every night and hoped that the factory wasn't in orbit in the morning. And it wasn't in orbit, and he thrived. And as he told me a few days later, after the last shipment, he said, my accountant told me that I'm large enough that I have to go legit. So I commiserated with him. As with all businesses, he recognized that he had to grow to survive. And the way to grow is either through market share, doing it yourself, or acquisitions. So he started looking for a good acquisition target. And one day he called me, he said, I found this company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's fabulous. And I said, well, define fabulous for me. He said, the old man who had it died, the bank owns it for the widow, and I think I can get it cheap. So I said, that's wonderful. And he said, I'm going up to do research. And he did some research, and he called me up, and he said, you know, something smells in this company. The books don't make sense. I said, okay, you're going to do some research on that? He said, yeah, it's too good to let go. So he did some more research, and he found out that the son of the owner was running the company. And he thought the son might have something to do with the problem with the books. So he did a little more research, and in this case, the research was a roll of $20 bills, and he started hanging out in the gay bars around Lancaster, where the friends' sons also hung out. And what he found was that all of the friends of the son were submitting fake invoices, and the son was paying these fake invoices and then keeping the money. So he suddenly realized, gee, there's some malfeasance going on. And he told me he went to the bank and he said, I'm going to make you an offer, and it's a pittance. And here's the reason why. If you don't take this offer, I'm going to the widow and telling her that you have abrogated your legal responsibility for managing this business. To which the bank said, do you realize this is blackmail and we could take you to court? And he said, yes, I do. What's your choice? Well, he had the courage to go out on a limb to an extent that most people wouldn't go out on a limb. And the next day, he had the agreement of sale sitting on his desk. And that was the linchpin of what became an extraordinarily successful adhesives company. So the point I'd like to make tonight is sometimes the outrageous is necessary, and sometimes it's extraordinarily profitable. And as he told me after peeling off all those 20s in the bars, sometimes it's a lot of fun. His best piece of advice to me was, Jim, there's no limit to the amount of fun you can have if you only lower your standards. So I hope everybody tonight has very, very low standards.